Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Juliana. I want to do a video on how to look good all day, and I thought it was fitting since right now it's kind of the end of the day, and I've acquired a lot of tips and tricks to make my makeup and hair and everything last longer. So yeah, if you want to dress better but feel like by the end of the day you kind of feel a little crusty or not as fresh, this video is for you. The first thing that I want to talk about is with your nails. I've completely ditched regular nail polish for my manicure since it tends to chip so quickly and I don't really have the time to repaint them every couple of days. If you're the same, I definitely recommend switching to gel nails. I have a nail lamp that I bought from Amazon and I'll link it as well as everything that I mentioned in this video in my description. I think it costs like $40 to $50 to get everything, like a nail lamp, a couple of colors. Honestly, that's all you need, like a base coat, a top coat, and about like 40 to 50 is, I think, a small investment considering how many times you'll be able to use this lamp. Where I live, the nail salon prices are kind of insane. Like for a simple gel manicure, I'd say it's normally around $65 to $120, which I don't know, it's just crazy to me. So unless you're someone who has very unstable hands, I think doing your own nails is so much easier and more cost effective. Of course, you don't have to wear nail polish to look put together. I always say that at the end of the day, clean bare nails will always look better than chipped manicured ones. So it's gonna come down to your lifestyle and how much you want to upkeep your nails. Another nail tip I wanted to mention, I've switched over more towards neutral shades. Right now my nails are this really pretty shimmery pink shade, and in general I think like white, tan, nude, pink, these kinds of neutral colors, not only are they going to go with everything in your closet, if they do chip, which it is possible for gel nails to chip, it's definitely not as evident, so you still don't have to redo your manicure as soon. In terms of makeup, if you're someone like me who tends to wear makeup during the day, you want to make sure to set your face makeup with a translucent powder and not a powder foundation. And I only say this because I think it tends to have a much nicer appearance later on. A translucent powder tends to be a much finer formula, and because of that it tends to be a lot less cakey throughout the day. The only time I think a person will only really use powder foundation is maybe if you have a lot of discoloration where you want to use both liquid and powder foundation. But if that's not you, I really don't think you need to pile on the foundation. I always suggest to use a lighter coverage foundation, and after that layer of sheer foundation to go in and spot correct with concealer. Even if you have a lot of blemishes, you want to avoid using a really heavy foundation. Even though it can be kind of tempting because it gives you this really clean looking base, it doesn't tend to wear that well throughout the day. Spot correcting with concealer will also give you a much more natural finish. I tend to only use 1 or 2 concealers at a time, and I just kind of cycle them out as I use them up. So right now I'm using the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. My shade is Bisque 02. I've been trying to get into more natural formulas, especially for my face makeup, and I like that this one has a very nice bouncy consistency, but I wouldn't say it's ultra full coverage. My favorite concealer by far is still the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I definitely recommend that one. I feel like it's very hydrating and looks great throughout the day. Since I'm almost out of this one, I recently got a new one. It's from Tower 28. I actually haven't tried it yet. It's not necessarily a new product, but it's new to me. In terms of the setting powder that I was mentioning, the Laura Mercier setting powder is definitely a classic, but if you do want something pressed, I recommend this one. I think the brand is Subtle Beauty. You guys may have seen these products on social media, but they're essentially just different stacks of products. Like here's the blush, but the one that I want to talk about is the Shine Control powder. It's really fine and soft, which is definitely what you want in a setting powder. And yeah, honestly, this format of makeup is so genius and space saving, so I definitely recommend this one as well. Another category that I think is really great for long wearing makeup are stains, specifically lip stains. You ideally want the consistency of the lip stain to be creamy but very thin. One of my past favorites is this one from Etude House. It's the long lasting lip stain in the shade Melange Rose. They have a lot of different colors, but I love a rosy lip stain since it looks very natural. But honestly, for long wearing lips, you don't even have to go and buy a lip stain. Aside from lip stains, there's also another option, and this might be really great for those of you guys who may have bought into the trend of really matte long wearing liquid lipsticks. If you still have those, definitely don't throw them out. You can kind of repurpose them as lip stains, especially those that are meant for more long-term wear. I have this one. It's from the brand Give by Gwen Stefani, and the shade is in Cowgirl. It's a very long wearing product, but honestly it's a bit much. It looks a little dark and a little intense when I put it all over. So now what I do is I tend to just apply a little bit towards the center, and then I take a more opaque gloss like this one. This is the Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. I kind of use this lip gloss to spread and blend this liquid lipstick, and this combination is amazing because it kind of looks just like you have the lip gloss on, but it lasts like a good 4 or 5 hours compared compared to the lip gloss, which would more just last like a couple hours on me. So yeah, I definitely recommend always layering a liquid lipstick under, even if you don't go fully to the edges. Okay guys, now that we have our makeup done, the most important part, like my secret weapon, is using a makeup fixing spray. This is actually different than a setting spray. Most setting sprays just kind of add moisture and meld the products together and into your skin, but using a fixing spray as well will lock your makeup in and will keep it flawless all day. I haven't seen that many makeup fixing sprays on the market, but this one by One Size is actually magical. It's called the Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Originally I wanted to buy it because I thought it was kind of a gimmick. Like, this kind of stuff always makes claims, but I didn't really know if it'll actually hold through with them. But I do actually see a marked difference, especially in my under eyes and my concealer. My face tends to get shinier throughout the day, but with this spray it actually stays matte. So if there is one thing that I recommend you implement in your routine, it would definitely be a fixing spray. Like I mentioned, I'll have all my product recommendations in the description. Okay, moving on to perfume. Even though this video is how to look fresh, an underrated component is definitely smelling fresh all day. And there are many ways to smell good, aside from like bathing regularly. The main one is going to be your perfume. If you want the scent to linger all day, you want to buy the right type of perfume. An eau de parfum is the most concentrated type, and it's going to last way longer than an eau de cologne or an eau de toilette. Your perfume is also going to last a lot longer if it has something to stick to. Now, it could technically be sweat if you think about it, since we do tend to spray our perfume in areas like our elbows, the back of our ears, or the backs of our knees. But if you're not sweaty or you don't want to be, you can always just use some good old-fashioned Vaseline or just some thicker unscented balm. And before spraying, rub some onto the areas where you do plan to spray on your perfume. Now lastly, for hair, unfortunately I don't have a secret product to recommend to you guys. Everyone's hair texture is also so different, so it can be hard to give general tips when everyone's hair has such unique needs. But I would recommend finding and practicing an updo that you can preserve your hairstyle in, and this will mostly apply if you curl your hair. But for me, I have my hair down right now, but when I go work out or when I'm out in the wind, I almost always have my hair up in a bun. And with this kind of wrapped, protective hairstyle, you can always ensure that your hairstyle will last when you need it to, especially if you want it to still look good by the end of the day. I think for some people, if you have slightly shorter hair, you can do a claw clip or a twisted updo. But yeah, I would recommend kind of a twisted updo of some sort. I don't tend to do a ponytail because I think a ponytail kind of crimps the hair. And if I have a ponytail in for a while, my hair tends to just become stringy at the end. Other hairstyles that I could think of maybe are braids, especially if you have naturally wavy hair or you like doing wavy hair. So yeah, just think about like your hair throughout the day will have moments to shine and moments to kind of go up and protect itself, and that'll kind of make you feel like you always have good hair when it counts. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found these tips helpful. As always, make sure to check out my Instagram and TikTok. I do a lot of other style and fashion content on there as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!